Okay, y'all, in the previous video we went over the pawns and their value and where to set them up and how they move and how they attack. In this next video we're going to learn the rooks. And they're the ones on the corners of the board. You got black's rooks on the corner, you got white's rooks on the corner. So the rook is worth 5 points. And he goes in a straight line. He attacks the same way he moves. Hold on, let me get these rooks. So, in his case, from his starting point, if there's nothing in front of him, he can move to any of these 7 squares up ahead of him. So let's put him on H4. Boom. See now how he went in a straight line? He can move left to right. Like from here, he could go straight here. Boom. Boom. Up. Down. Now if there's any piece on here except for the king, because the king never leaves the board, say it's white's turn, he can take him off the board because where he can move is right there, and there's an enemy piece. If it was his own rook, you can't just, oh, take him off the board. You can't do that. This rook would be blocking this rook from going past him. He can only go up here. Now in like 1, 2, 3, 4 moves, or 5 moves, he could go here. 4 moves, he could go here, but he cannot jump over him. That's the knight's job. I'll explain that in the next video. But the rooks move and capture in the same way. They're worth 5 points, and they're in the corners. Set them up on the corners. So they move straight to the left, right, up, down, as far as they want. They just can't leave off the board, obviously. Same for this rook. Say this is his move, then black makes a move, and then he moves again. Boom. So from this point, he could go here, any of these open squares, as long as it's open. You do want to be careful with rooks, because if you have, for example, a pawn, you don't want to play, your rook. You don't want your rook going all the way up over here, because the pawn will just take you off the board. And that's 1 point, and they've got 5. You've got 5 that you lost. They've got 5 points they gained. So again, rooks go on the corners, and they're worth 5 points each. That's a lot. You got 2 of them together, obviously it's 10 points, which is 1 more point above the queen, and I'll get to that queen in another video. But again, straight up or down, like a cross. Right, left, up, down. I'm talking lower because the heater just went off and my mom's asleep, or trying to sleep, and I was talking loud because the heater was on, and it kind of drowns out my voice, so that's why I'm talking low, so I don't wake her up. Heater started up again, but it'll go off in a little bit. Very, very powerful pieces. I'd say these are the second most powerful piece next to the queen. And if you get these rooks on an open file, they're like battering rams. They can crush right into the enemy position. These are like artillery tanks, huge tanks. Once they get to the end, if they get here on this in the enemy camp, they can do a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of damage. Because it's hard to just take one. Because see, you're gonna, see, you're right. Well, let's not use that one. So you got a rook and a pawn right here. This is 5. And let's say you got a pawn here, and they got a rook here. This is the setup. Pawn over here, 2 rooks there, 2 rooks there, and a pawn. So the points are even. They got 10, 11 points. Black's got 10, 11 points. But you notice these 2 rooks are lined up on that pawn, getting ready to take him. And there's nothing this rook can do about it to defend it, because there's only one rook that can defend it. If this rook comes up over here, he's gone, he's not protected. Boom, he gets taken off. He can go here if he wants to attack him. But if he attacks him, he's just going to attack. He's just going to take him back, I mean. If he takes him, he's going to take him. So, and even if he does come over there, White's just simply going to take that pawn, be up 1 whole point, and what's this rook going to do? Take him? Boom. And all White has to do, because the kings, in a real game, the kings will be on the board, all White has to do is march that pawn up, maybe sacrifice the rook, and promote this pawn into a queen, and he'll win the game. Okay, so that was the rooks. Little recap. Rooks are placed on the corners. They are 5 points each. Rooks, black's rooks on the corners, white's rooks on the corners. 5 points each. Together they make 10, and they're the second most powerful pieces. And when you double them together, aiming at a specific point, they can be very, very destructive. Trust me. You'll see in your games once you start playing and get better at it. You'll see how powerful these rooks can be. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Don't really have many people to talk to you, so go ahead, comment. I'll try to get to the comments when I can. You could always use good people to talk to you. If you don't like this video, don't waste your time trying to dislike it. Just don't watch it. I need likes, not dislikes. So, subscribe, like it, and share it with your friends if you know anybody wants to learn how to play chess. Love y'all. See you in the next video. Bye.